Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Awakap. In this video, I will show you how to create a very simple application, a Python application, and take it as a GUI to create your own AI story generator application. So this is a very simple and straightforward application or project you need to create by using APIs like a DeepSeek API and also a Python. So before we started to create this project, first I wanted to show you what this project looks like. So this is already a code. After you take this course or this project, at the end you will write a code like this, and this is an application. So now first I want to run this application and show you what this application looks like. So now I want to run this application, and as you see, this is a Python application which is created by Tkinter for this GUI. So it says like AI story generator, and it helps you to generate any story depending on your title or your prompt. So what you will do, you enter a text here or a title to generate a story. So for now I want to write something like generate a story. I give this generate a story about Ethiopian kings. So I want to generate a story for this. So there is a button here. I click this generate a story, and it starts to generate a story from the DeepSeek, and also it displays the generated story from this. So this application uses a DeepSeek API, application programming interface. So we access DeepSeek API, and also by using a Python, we can create these types of applications. So let's wait until this application generates a story. As you see, it generates a story like this. So it is very simple and straightforward application. You can create these types of application. You can give any title or any types of prompt you wanted to generate a story, and it generates a very good story. Like Menelik, ever wise, he did not rush the war. Instead of, he called for the council of elders and something like that. It is a very simple and straightforward application. You can create like this. You can give any title as I said this, like generate a story about Ethiopian king. So you can give any prompt or anything, any title, and it generates automatically these types of story. So this is a very simple Python application. So what we will do now, after this, we will start to create this project from scratch. So what I will do, I want to come to this desktop part, and I want to create a very simple folder which is like story. I give this name story generator app, very simple or straightforward name, and I want to open this folder with Visual Studio. So what I will do, I come to this part, and I want to click here, and I write cmd. It opens this folder story generator app from the desktop by this command prompt. So I want to open this folder with Visual Studio Code Editor. I wanted to use VS Code Editor. So what I will do, code, I write code space dot, and when I click enter, it opens this folder with VS Code Editor. It looks like this. As you see, there is here. After that, I want to create a new file which is a story, a new Python file. So I give the name story, and I want to write a Python code inside this file. So I come to this part and story dot py, which is a Python extension. So I create this file, and also I wanted to use virtual environment. So we need to create a virtual environment for this project. So what I will do, I come to this part, and I want to open a terminal. So I create this new terminal, and inside this terminal at the bottom, as you see, I want to create a virtual environment. For that, I use a window. So to create a virtual environment by using Python, I will write Python like this. Python -m, then this is a module, and also I give the name, the module name DENV, and also it is the module name and the environment name DENV, like this. And I hit enter, it creates a virtual environment. As you see, it creates here a virtual environment. So by doing this, I wanted to create this virtual environment, so you can create like this. And after we create this virtual environment, we also need to activate this virtual environment to use this project. I will maximize this. Okay, now I wanted to show you this application again, and what we will do first, we need to create these types of GUI, graphical user interface, by using Tkinter. So what I will do, I came to this part. First, I wanted to already activate this. So what I will do, VENV, like this, and I will use this backslash, then we write scripts, then I use also this backslash and activate by writing this and hit enter, it activates this. As you see, now this virtual environment is activated, VENV is now activated, so we can also import anything and also install any module by using this. So now I want to create these types of GUI, graphical user interface, by using Tkinter. For that, I wanted to first import Tkinter. So import, I write like this, import Tkinter as tk. I wanted to import like this, import Tkinter as tk, and also from Tkinter I wanted to import scroll text. I wanted to import these two things, and also I wanted to import a request to request APIs for the DeepSeek API. So import requests, and this request is not a built-in module like this Tkinter, so I wanted to install this. So pip install requests, like this, pip install requests, and when I hit enter, it starts to install this. As I say, it already started to install this. So after we import these things, the next part is creating a GUI by using Tkinter. So I wanted to create a GUI. For that, first I use a variable name root equals tk.tk. We create a window, and also after we create this window, what we will do, root dot main loop. I want to do this, and now when I run this application, save and run this, as you see, it creates a window like this, Tkinter window like this. So what we will do next, after we create this window, we need to change the title. The title by default it takes like tk, so we need to give the title. For that, root dot title, and I give a title story generator like this, and also I want to give a geometry like this, 600 by 400 for this. So I will save it and run again to see what it looks like. As you see, the story generator is the title and the geometry is like this. So it is very simple and straightforward. The next one is creating a label from this one. So this is a label, enter story prompt. So we need to create this label. For that, tk.label and the label is from the root, and also the text is enter a prompt to generate story, and also we need to pack this. So I will save it again and run this application. As you see, there is enter a prompt to generate story. It is very simple and straightforward. I think it is very simple. So we need to move the next part, which is creating like this an entry point to to write this prompt or a title to generate a story. So we need to create this entry. For that, what we will do, tk, I use tk, or we can also create a variable like story, like story entry. I give this, and I want to use this tk.entry, and I give a width from the root. I will give a width of 50. And now what we will do, I will run it again. So we need to pack this to show in the root. So I forget this pack. I will put here pack like this. So I will save it, run again, and see this entry part. As you see, there is entry part here. We can write now in here. So it is very simple and straightforward. We need to move to the next part. The next part is creating this generate story button. So I will do here. So what I will do, I want to use a button. So for this button, I want to give a variable name, generate button, and this button is tk.button, and from the root part, and also the text generate story, and for the command, lastly I will add the command. For now I will put here empty, and I want to also pack it. So I want to pack this, and now I will run it again. As you see, there is a generate story here. So it's very simple, and we move in a good way. The next one is creating the output area like this. That means the generated story is displayed in this part. So we also need to create this part. For that, what I will do, I want to create a variable like output text. Already I give you this name, output text, and I use this scroll text dot scroll text. From this scroll text method, I wanted to use this scroll text class, which is I imported here at the top. So I will do it, and I want to give the width 70 and the height 50, and also to display it I want to pack. So I want to output text dot pack like this. So now I will save it and run again. Yeah, it is very simple and straightforward. We create these GUI parts in a very good way. So the next part is creating or writing a Python function which sends API request, sends this prompt, the text we enter, and it fetches the response from the DeepSeek. For that, we create a function in Python. So we write like this div, and I give a variable name like this, generate story. So I will do this, and also I will remove this prompt here, and I want to say pass like this for now. So I do this. After that, what we will do, inside this generate story function, we need to check first there is a prompt here or not. That means if someone don't write anything like this in the entry part and which clicks this generate story, it displays please enter a prompt. So we need to do that. For that, what I will do, I want to write here, I want to create a variable prompt like this. I want to create a variable prompt, and this prompt takes from this story entry.get method. So I write this story entry.get method, this get, and this story entry is a variable we created here from this. So it is very simple. Then what we will do, after we check this, we use if statement. If there is no prompt, it suggests like this. If there is no prompt, the output text dot insert tk int, please enter a prompt. So I will do this like this, and it returns this function. That means this function stops executing. That means if there is no prompt or anything which is not written any prompt inside this entry part, and it displays a text, please enter a prompt to generate a story from this output area. So what we will do, this output text.insert tk.end. Before that, I already also delete anything which is here. So output text dot delete everything from the first line to the first character to the end of this, and it inserts this, please enter a prompt. So by doing this, and it also returns this. This is the first one. The next one is if there is a prompt. So we create a variable response. We create a variable response and we use a post method. It gives like this suggestion, and I wanted to use this. So I want to use this. There is a response variable, and I want to use this request library and post method. So this post method needs three things. The first one is the URL. So the URL is API dot not this OpenAI. This is DeepSeek. I want to use DeepSeek.com, and from this version 1 I want to use this compilation. So I want to remove this like this. This is the URL I want to request from this DeepSeek, which is api.deepseek.com, and from this version 1 and compilation I use this URL. This is the first one. The second one is the headers. So this post method needs a header. So the authorization is fbeer, and your API key. This you need to put your API key here, or you can use a variable to put your API key and also put here a variable. So you can also do that like this by doing this API key. So I want to create this, and I put like this API key. So we can do this, and the content type is application JSON. And for the JSON part, from this JSON part, we also use another thing here. What I will do, I want to use the first one is the model. So model. This model, the model is already DeepSeek coder. I want to use DeepSeek coder. I want to use this DeepSeek coder. The next is a message. So I also remove those things and I use message. This message. The message takes two things like a list. The role is a user and the content is a prompt. So for the content, what I will do, I want to use f string like this, right? A story generator based on the following prompt, and I want to also pass a prompt. This is write a story based a professional story. I want to say this professional story based on the following prompt. So I already write this for the JSON part. After that, if response.status code equals 100, that means if it is successfully sent the request, what we will do, story, we get the story part. The story part response from this variable we created, response.json. It converts to the JSON file to the Python object. After that, we get the choice. From this choice, we take this, the first one, and we get the text. Or what we'll do, from this story, we will write like this. After this JSON part, we can do like this choice. From this choice, we take the first, and from this message, we get the content. That means from this, the first choice, we take the first index 0. Then we take this k, the message, and the value, this content, and we put this output text dot insert. If there is no successfully make this, it also error getting generated story, and we can do like this. And now I will save it And also you need to remember this, you need to put your API key here to create this API. And now to make this fully functional, we need to add this from this button. From this button, we need to add a command to execute this, and we need to add this generate story, this function, generate story function from this command. That means whenever we click this one, this generate story, this command is executed. This command executes this generate story function from this Python function. So already now finished, we finished this. So what I will do, I want to pause this video and put my API keys from here. This your API key, and I will try it how it works. Okay, now I already put my API keys secretly inside this API key variable. This API key variable contains my DeepSeek API key. So what I will do is, first I want to run this Tkinter application, a Python app, and I will show you what it looks like, and also we try how it works. So it looks like this, and now I give a prompt or a title to generate a story. For that, for example, the man in the jungle. I wanted to generate a story about a man inside the jungle, so I write this as a prompt and click this generate story button, and I will wait until it generates a story. And if it is successfully generated the story from the DeepSeek, it gives a response inside this output area. So I wanted to wait some time to generate a story about this man in the jungle. As you see, it generates this types of story. The title, the man in the jungle, and deep in the heart of the Amazon rainforest, where the rest and the trees are, and it says like this. So it generates these types of story. So you can give any title or any prompt to generate a story, and it generates a story like this by using DeepSeek API key. So this is a very simple and straightforward project to create your own application to generate a story by using DeepSeek API key. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in another project. Thanks.